Okay, welcome to your favorite social media program, The Buzz. I am Rose Blossom. Today's Wednesday, and we are talking about, the state and affairs of the country. We just have one more day to go to wrap up October. So I know a lot of people are getting the pings, getting their alerts, they're excited. A lot of people are about to go shopping, but I'm sure by the time we start talking about what we have for today, we will not remember that we're still in Nigeria. But before that, let's introduce our guest. Our guest for today is Nuruddin Adegbero. He's a senior journalist, a lecturer, and a public analyst. Welcome to the show, sir.
Blossom, good afternoon. The one that you said everybody getting pins and getting alerts, who told you that? There are a lot of people that, as we speak, they've not collected the salary for last month. Some this month, they are not even sure 15th of November they will collect. In this kind of harsh economy that we have, that somebody will not still collect. Even there are some people, even if they collect, the loan that they have on ground, they've incurred everything, blah, blah. But another thing, what's the value of that salary? I must confess, people are going through a lot of. But one thing there is that let's just calm down. This period will still pass away too.
Of course, still pass away. It's just a phase. Okay, we also have another guest, Michelle. He's a business and financial consultant. He's the chairman of both our network. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks, Blossom. Thanks for having me. Talking about that, somebody should save us from banking industry in Nigeria.
Oh yes, that's another point.
It's a public calamity.
Yes, that's another point.
Just as I was coming in now, my partner called my colleague at work. I was like, these clients, why haven't they paid now? We submitted the invoice over a month ago. So I was like, I've not spoken with them. So I now sent a message to the finance person in that client. They said, we paid since last week, sir. So truly, I just logged in into our account. I saw that they are paid. I didn't get an alert.
Alert, nothing.
Not by SMS, not by email.
I guess they'll deduct the amount SMS.
No information. I had to quickly apologize to the guy that saw you. Oh, please, GTB. Oh, sorry.
Apologies.
And the other one, they know themselves.
Yeah.
That they need to sort this, their banking application, Mahala, sort it out.
But one thing there is,
and stop,
in fact,
punishing us.
Banzai shade that banking industry in the last 1 month or 1.5 months, business in Nigeria. I said I saw a woman that said they should not worry. When everything is clear, I'll just go and collect what did I even have in that account. I'll just back everything.
I'll put it
in that colo. And I said that if they want to send money to you, will they send it into colo? And that is the thing. I think we need to do more.
The CBN needs to work on
this. It's like they feel relaxed because the regulator is not even looking at so and they should be paying fine for it.
People are losing confidence in the banking industry because of these things. So like I said, some people were saying we need more people in financial inclusion.
Yes, now they are running away. So that is the thing, and it's not even good. Do you know how it is when you want to? There are some business you want to do is bidding. When you have to send your money and it is delayed.
You lose business.
You lose business now. And that is the thing. Then another thing again is that the thing that you're supposed to do and just collect your whatever you want to collect and move away. You will now discover that they say, and they deduct from you that you send the money. It's going to be dramatic and some certain. I know a particular student. I have to wait in. What happened was that he has sent his tuition to the porter. They withdraw money from his own account. The money not reach the daughter. And you know the porter, when they say it's going to close at so time, it's going to close. And it now close. To now pay school fees, is it going to forfeit whatever? And he gave me the evidence of that and even show me the app that he has sent it. We have to write a letter to that branch. He's the branch manager himself. Use the letterhead of that bank to write a letter to the school. Upon that, the school, I have to wait in, talk to the registrar that look is what happened before they could able to. If they told him that they are going to open the portal for just 5 minutes, just for him alone, just to and for him to just and that was how they could be able to resolve. Just imagine, would that mean that that particular student will forfeit a session because of inadequacies of the particular banking industry? So it's so sad.
It's so sad. Not what we're talking about. What is so sad going on in Nigeria is that the pump price has actually gone up again and has hit 1,025 naira in Lagos and 1,050 naira in Abuja. I'm just going to read a short story on that. The pump price has gone up for the second time in 3 weeks, selling at 1,020 naira at the outlet of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited (NNPCL) in Lagos, and of course 1,050 naira in Abuja. In Lagos, an NNPC station in Ikeja is already selling fuel at 1,020, as you can see on the screen, and NNPCL outlet on Arab Road in Kubwa, a satellite town in Bari Area Council. Observed the commodity being sold at the new price. On October 9, 2024, the product, which previously sold for 897 naira per litre in Abuja, was increased to 1,030 naira, 998 in Lagos, which was, of course, is formerly sold at 885. I do not know what to say about this, because this is, I don't know, like they said, this is just in how many weeks? This is in 3 weeks. And of course, we're having a change of fuel price 2 times. And a lot of people keep saying they wonder how December and January will be. But Nuruddin, what's your
well, for me, I'm not surprised. I've said it, and I know those people that have been following us on this program will know.
I hope you're not still saying it's 2,000 naira will buy fuel.
Just wait.
Please don't say it.
There was a particular edition of the show that we did before May 29 last year. You can still go to Galaxy's YouTube, you'll see find there. And this is the message I have for Nigeria, that we should brace up for the challenges ahead. I can tell you categorically, because somebody, my friend, said this administration have turned me into a seer and a prophet, that whatever I say will come to pass. So because of that, brace for the challenges ahead. This price of the pump price will still going to go up. Put it in your pocket. You remember, before it became 9 something, I said it's going to reach 1,000. It's above 1,000 now. We have what we are pursuing. It will still reach 2,000 naira.
I say you should mention that 2,000.
No, because of what is happening. Look, if a country decided that the natural resources that you have in your own country, and you want the price to be decided by what happened in international market to determine for your local product, and that is what we want to be doing, don't forget, our naira is slipping flat against the foreign currency. What is going to happen? It's going to be jumping up. That one is it. Then secondly is this. I just want to beg the government, federal government, please. Nigerians are suffering. The ripple effect of these increments on our pump price is radiating on everything in Nigeria. A lot of people now, they are moving away from the city, they are going to villages. A lot of people are withdrawing their children from the private school, public school. Even if the public school is far away from their houses, the children will trek. A lot of people cannot go to the hospital because of money and because of the prices of drugs. There are a lot of people that they cannot live a better life because of the condition. The already cannot take them home.
Take them, yeah.
So, transportation, don't let us even go there. And in Lagos, if it's rain, where you are taking 100, you are going to enter it for 700 though. Especially if it is Faragon and Korope in Lagos. They are ready for you. If it rain like this, there is. So, if you look at everything, I just want a government. One of the things in Constitution that the government must do is the welfare package for its citizens.
For the citizens, okay.
How the government want to do? No matter any name you want to do it, either shortfall or either subsidy or whatever, just make sure that the way the prices of pump price is going up, something needs to be done to it. After all, the essence of living is to live a good life. We know everybody cannot be a billionaire. Yeah. Everybody cannot be a millionaire. At least whatever we are receiving as Nigerians, we should be able to take care of our needs from it. Okay. But I must tell you, the fact of it is this: brace up for the challenges ahead.
Brace up, 2,000 naira. Mr. Nuruddin. Let me just leave that. Let me leave that aside. Okay. Just an update to this one. Yesterday, we even had Dangote, actually talking to marketers to come patronize him. That stating the fact, if I remember exactly, his major concern was that the queue at the filling station will reduce. He was never talking about if it will help the price or anything. He's just concerned about the queue. So I just want you to kind of relate this one to the poor price increase.
I'm trying very hard. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'm trying to restrain myself because I'm angry. I don't understand what's going on. This is crazy. If you understand the dynamics of the price mechanism, for example, before we even get to Dangote, why is price of petrol increasing? Why is NNPC increasing price? Why? What's driving it? Guess what? When NNPC was selling petrol at 800, that increase to 898 or so. Before they now went to 9 something again. Guess how much crude oil was selling at? Crude oil at that time was around $85 to the barrel. $85 per barrel of crude. 85. And this was just about 2 months ago. And they have said to us that there is no more subsidy. The price of petrol at the pump will be determined by 2 factors. Crude oil price, international, and exchange rate. So let's assume the exchange rate has gone up marginally. It's just like in that period of 2 months, we moved from about 1,005 to about 1,006. Okay. 1.6 official market. Okay. They are not buying parallel market now. 1.7 in the parallel market. Official market is 1,630 as of yesterday. As at that time, it was 1,005 something. So 100 naira difference. The price of crude oil today, $67 per barrel for WTI, $71 per barrel for Brent. What is driving the increase? The crude oil has reduced by almost 10-15% in this 2 month period. Yeah. Why is petrol price going up? What is driving it? And meanwhile, to now make matters worse, we produce this thing locally. Dangote has, the man said he has 500 million liters.
Come and buy.
He's just there. He's looking for buyers. Our total consumption per day is 50 million. That means that the guy has over how many days?
More than a year.
Of petrol just languishing there. Now Ghana wants to come and buy. Dominican Republic wants to come and buy.
What's warming up.
What's going on? What's going on in this country? How much is Dangote selling petrol to the marketers? Why is everything shrouded in secrecy? This petrol thing, see, the core issues that is finishing us in this country. Anything that you see that is wrong with this country, this conversation around PMS is right at the core of it. The reason, what happened to the motor thing? I have colleagues in the oil industry who laughed at the idea. Said, oh, ridiculous, this is beer parlor talk. But everything that is happening is pointing to the fact that there's something going on that is about vested interest. How is it that as we speak today, matters are importing petrol? What's wrong with us? How can we be importing petrol when we have a refinery where the petrol is just lying there? How is it possible? It makes no sense. Why is the CBN not saying anything? Because guess what? 40% of our import bill, all of the FX in the official market, 40% of it goes into petrol and related products. 40%. Imagine if that 40% we're now sourcing it locally. Just imagine what will happen to exchange rate. Yeah. Naira will, the exchange rate of Naira will collapse. We'll be talking of maybe 1,000 Naira to the dollar because we're talking of 40% in demand gone. Why is the CBN not talking? This is MFL. Anything you might have to say about him, he celebrated Dangote that this is the solution to exchange rate problem because it will take away half of our consumption of dollars. Why is the CBN governor not talking? Why is the Minister of Finance not talking and saying, marketers, you have to buy from Dangote? Why is the president not talking? What's going on? Whose interest is it in for us to continue to import?
But I remember
why is the price still going up?
I remember correctly, NNPC said they are the only person that can actually purchase from Dangote.
They backtracked. They backtracked.
But they are still, and the funny thing is that they are still giving licenses for people to import.
What's going on? What's going on? We need to ask these questions. All of the problems that Nigeria has, now they face us schooling like this. If we can unravel the mysteries behind around PMS price today, we have solved the problem of Nigeria. Because right there is the reason that we don't have electricity as well. That right in the middle of, so let's focus energy and attention on the question, why is petrol price still going up? Why do we have a local refinery that has excess capacity of petrol available and we're not buying, we're importing? If we can answer that question, you have the answers.
I don't know what to say, to be honest. I feel so down, but
it's crazy.
I'm just going to continue the program. Let's just leave this PMS in. In fact, it's from when Mr. Nuruddin already spoke and said 2000.
No, Mr. Jupiter knows that the price will still go.
No, it's going up now. He knows now. Unless we get the answers to this question that we're asking today, we're going to buy petrol at 2,000 naira. Even if the price of crude comes down to $50,
our own will be good.
Just keep going
until we answer this.
So I don't know.
Don't you know in mathematics? You know mathematics. You don't know what they call wuru wuru to answer. Even a good economist cannot understand our own policy.
Yes.
Because our policy does not go with the books, does not go with the theories, does not go with the models. We created we call it wuru wuru to the answer. That you just look at the question like this, you give the answer. Answer correct, no correct. Now answer.
That's why we now have in Nigeria things like Buharinomics, Tinubunomics.
Yes,
because economics itself does
not
work.
That's the thing.
Okay, I think I'm going to close this topic with that. All right, let's move on. Now, something is trending recently. We have Ogun State shut down school and, of course, suspended the principal over the pupil debt. This happened recently. The Ogun State government has actually shut down Obada Grammar School, Obada Idiemi, over the death of an SS2 student of the school on who is a Monday Arijo. This followed the arrest and suspension of the teacher allegedly responsible for the death of the student on Friday last week as a result of corporal punishment. The principal of the school, Tamrat Onolapo, who was early issued a query for allowing corporal punishment to be used on the pupil against the established rules and regulation in the state, has been suspended. This was according to a statement by Lekon Adeniran, the chief press secretary to Governor Dapo Abiodun, to journalists. And of course, the officials assured they visited. Meanwhile, representative of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology were also said to have visited the family of the late student. The officials assured the family that a thorough investigation would be launched to determine the facts surrounding the incident and that accountability would be pursued. Now, they reiterated the government's commitment to learner safety, the creation of a more supportive school environment, and justice for the bereaved family over the sudden death of their son. The DPO Idemi assured family that the situation around the ugly incident would be unraveled to the core and justice would be served. He assured them of the safety of the word in the school. A condolence letter to commiserate with the bereaved family over the loss, as well as a cash gift of 500,000 naira, has been handed over to the representative of the deceased family. Well, we all know that in most schools, both in Lagos and obviously in Ogun State, they've actually gone against this corporal punishment, hitting the students and all of that. And if I remember correctly, the story, they said the student was asked to do a frog jump. I think about 120 or thereabout. Okay, with beating or something, and and of course collapsed, was rushed to the hospital and pronounced dead. He's so sad, but I don't know why people tend to still do well. It's good they're actually making investigations into that, though the teacher has also been suspended, and also now the principal has been suspended and the school has been shut down. What is your reaction to this? Do you think this is a late how will I put it, it's too late to start beating the horse, something, a dead horse? Because why? I think there should have been regulations to this, some of the things they've put into place to stop this corporal punishment, because we all know that some schools still hit the students and gives a punishment that I think are meant for military personnel.
That school at Obada Idiemi, and one other school very close to the border between Ogun State and Oyo State. As if you are going to after Odeda, because Odeda is far from Obada. those two schools, they brought the issue of those schools on corporal punishment to me once. But because on my radio program, I have a lot of issues, so I always speak. It is so sad that when you send children to school, no matter how, I know that in teaching people of that age, they could do some certain things, but you must be guided by the rules. You must be guided by the rules. It is even better to leave those children than raising your hands to beat them. I have said it severally. Beating is not good yesterday. Today is not also good. In fact, it is dangerous today.
Because of
a child that has not eaten for 2 days, you now come to school, you beat that child, the child will slump in your hand. In fact, this is the time to fight anybody. If you see anybody that wants to fight for you, fight with you, free. Because you don't know. The person will not have eaten for 2 days. And as a teacher, what is important? You report it to the principal, call the parents. If you know the child, because at times, one of the delicate job to do is teaching. You don't know how healthy some. In fact, there are some certain children, what they are not seeing. If they should subscribe them to MRI scan, I'm telling you, everything is red, because of what is inside their body. And that is why, as a teacher, you don't do that. But when you are beating a child over 100 cane, which kind of cane are you caning the child? 100, over 100.
I will term that as an abuse.
Even a devil. If devil happens to be human being and you want to beat devil for what he has caused, you should not beat devil over 100k. Yes, now. Because they will still use law of criminality. And that is the thing. Then another thing again is this. I don't know how some certain, the kind of teachers we have. Well, maybe a lot of teachers venture into because they want to collect money and there is not even money in that teaching. But they just want to get work. And that is the thing. I remember though that the days that there are some way you had a stubborn student to sit down. And you put word inside the brain. You ask this, he will like, this teacher will kill me today. You ask him to sit down. You now talk to his brain. I know one student, her name was Folakemi. I'm so happy that the lady is going to defend her project tomorrow, and this lady has the capacity to be the overall best student. But peer groups, and I called her, sit down. Your mommy is selling pepper. Your daddy is a carpenter. They are sending you to school. You did not go to school. And you did not think. Thank God is in a very good position now. If it's not in upper, you should be very close to the decision. What is important here is this. Fine, they've done the but will that suspension bring the child back? Then Ogun State government needs to do more, especially to the schools in the villages. If they need the list of those schools, I will give them. There are some schools in Obafemi Owode local government. There are some in other local government that they are terrible. There are some in Abeokuta North local government. They are terrible schools. What they do there, they do as if it's a military barrack. In fact, the students also, they've turned to another team because of the way they are handling it.
They are being handled.
So what is important? Then go to Ijoko, Oluke, Onireke is under Ifo, but a local government after Ombayo. There are some schools there that the Ogun State government has even neglected. So if you don't know what is happening in your schools, there is no educational authority that do visit the school. There is no sanitary officer that do visit the school. Some people will sit down at Tokemo and doing nothing. So what is important there is that all these schools, they are the schools for the poor children. So they need to be catered for.
They need to be regulated. They need to be visited. They need to be catered for. That's very correct. How about you? Shegun? What's your reaction to this update?
Well, you know, it's a very sensitive topic. I think the first thing we should commiserate with the
bereaved,
the family of the bereaved, the bereaved people. To lose a child in that manner is, I don't even know. You know, how do you even begin to relate with this? What do you say to the parents? I sent my child to school to learn. And then you is it sorry? Are you going to give back to another one? Are you going to give them money? What do you want to do? You know, that's a life terminated. That's hope, aspiration. Who knows what that child will have become? You know, so that it's a sobering moment for me, and I'm sure for any parent. You know, if you have a child that you send to school, imagine, go for the horror of hearing that your child died because he was beaten in school. I mean, that's crazy. Having said that, I don't know how we're going to strike the balance, because I do know that corporal punishment has its benefits. Even the holy books talk about there are moments when you need, you know, the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. There's another scripture that says foolishness is bound up in the heart of the child. The rod of correction drives it out. It's a scripture. So I'm not necessarily against corporal punishment. I've had cause to beat my own children or punish them. When they were talking of frog jump, I've done that to my own son, you know. But I've learned over the years from personal experience that it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work, to be honest. I'm telling you, there are times when you have to do it, maybe just to leave some sort of memory in the child, but it doesn't work. You're far better off talking to that child. Like you said, you know, sit them down and talk. My last born, my daughter, you know, my last born, I've never really had cause to beat her, because as soon as you look at her like this, and she gets talking, the message. She just start crying. Just 3 words, she will just start crying. You know, there are some children that are like that. There are some that are very stubborn. They need 1 or 2 slaps. That's why we talk about resetting slap. You know? And all those different types of slap. But I think that in this situation, we need a regulation. You can't leave teachers. You know, if you understand, look, Nigerians are traumatized. Nigerians as a people, naturally, we have mental health problems in this country. You know, it's true. We are not okay. Nigeria, we are not okay. I'm telling you, Nigerian people are not okay. If you go to the street, see the things that people fight over. Men, you know, you see a man like me, white beer, glasses, looking erudite, dressed well, coming out of a Benz. You are driving an E-class or a GL. You know, you have a driver driving you, and you get down to fighting a downfall driver or a tricycle driver. You will know that the man is not okay. No problem. So that teacher may have been reacting based on his frustration, his own personal problems. Bring it from home to school. Yeah, to school. Now dropped it on the poor child. And the poor child also has his own problems. Yeah. Poverty is dealing with everybody, and we're now killing ourselves. You know, the teacher, out of overreaction, has killed the child because of the problems in the society. So we need an arbitration force that sits in the middle to ensure that these types of things don't happen. So this one that has happened now, the teacher, those issues that led, is it a lady? Yes, a lady. That led her to kill another person's child. You know, her head will have to be reset in prison if she's not sentenced to death. Because this is at best, it's what they call it, manslaughter. 120. At best, the best she can get is manslaughter. That is, they will say she didn't really plan to kill the child. So they will not slam her with murder. But a life has been lost. She must go to jail. The minimum that must happen is not a matter of suspension or anything like that. You know, so maybe that will serve as reference for people. And then the Ministry of Education, that there is horrible. You know what? The situation we have in our country with the educational system is so terrible. There is absolutely no oversight, no regulation. There are inspectorate departments now in all of this ministry. What are they doing? What's their job? You know, so I think the government, you know, they are taking it up. So let's see how. Yes, let's see what comes out. Let's hope that the right things are done to all of the different stakeholders, and the family of the bereaved. Money will not bring the child back, but that family must not again. Yes, and in fact, the government must. They gave them 500,000. I wanted to even talk about that. Is that a joke? That was what I wanted to react to. 500,000.
Look. Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Ashokwiton. This thing that I want to say, I want us to the story and see what is going to end. I'll give you an example. You see that teacher will not go to any jail. Because number one, they won't report the case in the police station. Although DPO was involved, they won't charge.
They won't charge her to court.
Number one. Number two, in the state hospital in Abuja, there are some doctors who normally slap nurse. That is one that I fought for about 2 weeks ago. That one I slapped nurse 3 times. Nothing happened first time, second time, third time now. This is the first time that Ogun State Government Ministry of Health will set a panel. We are waiting for the report.
He slapped the nurse.
They do slap nurse in the state hospital.
I'm as shocked as you are.
In fact, 9 cases that I have known of. 9. And I said that maybe because majority of all those nurses, they are religious people. Because I know if those nurses are parallel girls, I know what will have happened to have become too fighting. Because they said doctor slapped nurse. In fact, the last one, the doctor slapped the nurse in the theater.
While operating?
Yes. In Ogun State, that's why I do tell some certain people, when we bring the Lagos State up a little bit, people will say because there are some things that will happen in Ogun State can never happen in Lagos State. If it happens, that doctor would do bye-bye
to the job,
to that particular job, and he's going to be prosecuted. Especially sexual offenses, social court. That court is every day they sit. You know they won't adjourn. That you now have time that they want to strategize, want to beg people. Within 2 weeks they will finish your case. You are going. So one thing there is this. I think the state government needs to do more. I made some investigation to some certain schools. They said in 2 years, no government official has visited their school. 2 years! I know a junior secondary school. Primary school, the school has primary, secondary. No registration for primary. It has been running primary for 5 years. Junior secondary has been running it. You know they don't do common entrance in Ogun State. They do only schools that are model schools or federal. The other one, they do what we call placement. It's the result of SS, third time in primary 6 that you are going to send to government. They will give you placement for their junior secondary. This school did not have junior secondary registration and is running it. And there are a lot of schools like that. So now tell me, I think Ministry of Education in Ogun State need to be unbundled, and they should try to put them in different zones so that they can be able to work. Because there are some places in Ogun State, if you are an inspector, if they send you there, it's on the way. You are going to turn back. From one buyer to Onireke, if they are going to carry only you 2,000, 15, 18. That place, if somebody is pregnant, like 2-3 months, and you go there, I'm not sure how you are going to save and bring the pregnancy back home. No.
All right, our time is already fast spent. I just want to say something that 500,000 given to the bereaved family is too poor. I'm not saying poor; it's very, very poor. I don't know what you were thinking, Ministry of Education, your representative.
No, it's because the family did not even raise the case to court.
It's an insult. It's an insult and a slight. The money will not bring the child.
It won't bring the child back. Anyways, moving on, we're still talking about, we can't talk about any topics, so I'm just going to pick a trending video which is very bothersome, and this one about the present situation in the country. I could not get exactly the real story behind it, but there was somebody reporting underneath the video, so we'll just have to listen to be able to report. I'm so sorry my face looks like this, but I feel so down because most of what we've been saying is not a happy topic at all. But let's quickly watch the video so we can have a quick reaction before we wrap up the program. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. What is more sad is we could not play the video to the end. In fact, some persons were starting to insult their siblings, like, don't come to this side, go to that side, there's plenty there. I do not understand this. Like, is this how it is right now? Is this how bad it is?
Blossom. We that have the little opportunity, because we are not rich too, that we can still feed ourselves, we can still feed people around us. We are lucky. There are a lot of Nigerians that to eat and they are working, but their salary cannot do anything. I have a radio program every Saturday, and I give talking to people. People always wait for that segment where we give money. Some people, they turn themselves to a widow because they want to get money. Some people, they did not have any ailment because they don't have. And the money is that we want to get to the vulnerables. They will turn themselves to vulnerable because they want to get. Did you know how it is when you have when you have that a particular street every morning they will collect 200 naira, 100 naira from people to feed a particular family. They said that family has been very, very okay before. They used to do for people around, but they don't have again. So every morning they will now collect 200 each house to pack it together and give them to eat. That is how they've been doing it for months. Do you know how it is? At the days last weekend I was in a particular party. When some people get remnants, they will tell you, I want to give to dogs. They are telling us, we are not giving it to dogs, we want to eat it. So you that you are even in a party, you have to pack the remaining. Even if you will not want to eat, me, I will pack the whole plate, give them. Because they said, we want to eat it. We are not giving it to dogs. Oh. And that is for sure. And that's the reason why we are begging government. Both federal government, state government, local government, please give support to these people. Give support to Nigerians. Nigerians are starving. Some people, if you know what some people eat now, do you know the feed that is meant for chickens? People are not eating it now. They'll go to poultries. You know, there is no way they're going to have remnants. They'll pick it, put it. In the north, I have a correspondent in Jigawa State that told me grass that is just coming up. In the morning, they will see them in the farm. You think they want to steal your crop? No. All those little grass is what they're going to cook. That is what some Nigerians are eating. We are begging those people in public offices. They should bring succor to a lot of poor Nigerians. People are suffering.
I don't know what to say. You know, this is a sobering moment for me. I'm a bit emotional. I don't know, you know, what's wrong with us as a people. Where is President Tinubu? Why do we have leaders? Why do we have leaders? How can people be packing rice and sand? How could we be packing rice and sand? How did we get here?
They are not acting, no.
How did we get here? How can people pack rice and sand? Then they will now go and wash the sand away and cook the rice. And we say we have leadership, we have a president. That state is somewhere in the north, they've got a governor.
They have a senator.
Let me tell you, this is just the reality. There is going to be a reaction. The earlier the people, the political elite understand it, that when you see this type of poverty, the people will react. It is in your own enlightened, vested self-interest to take this guy away. Otherwise, it will consume all of us. It's just a fact. We have to be careful. The people in government must understand that they're dealing with real human beings. When you pronounce and make policy pronouncements carelessly, recklessly, and you say that you will do it and nothing will happen, you saw the video of a supposed House of Rest person saying he will disappear people, he will disappear somebody and nothing will happen. This is the mentality of the average Nigerian politician, and it has to stop. If they don't stop it, it's just a matter of time. I know our time is spent, so I'm just going to end there. Please, President Tinubu, things are bad in Nigeria. People are hungry. Subsidy removal was a mistake. Floating the naira was a mistake. You are a human being. You can make errors. Find a graceful way to correct yourself. It is not too late. World Bank says that we should continue on this road. They want to destroy us. They want to destroy us. Mr. President, please correct your ways. Please.
All right. We've come to the end of the program. Thank you so much, Zanuruddin. Thank you so much.
No.
It's sad. But anyways, that's the end of the program. My name is Rose Blossom. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.